It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sidelines. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now the starting group for Orlando. The guard pair for him will be Suggs and Bane. Wagner is in the front court alongside Banchero. And it's Carter in at the 5. And for Philadelphia, Embiid is out there with Walker. Then it's Jared McCain. Then it's Paul George. And it's Maxey in at the 1 spot. So, Greg, here we are, just about a week into the NBA season. The regular season comes at you fast.
I mean, the games start coming fast and furiously right out of the gate. But you wonder how we made it through summer without getting to see any NBA action. And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area.
Banchero, that's good.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Maxey passes to George. Walker with his screen for George. That one's in, his first shot this game.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Wagner on the wing, defended by George. Latre, and it's Wagner missing. And it's Maxey with the ball for Philadelphia. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with the 76ers head coach. Coach and I talked about the ways that Paolo Banchero is used on offense and how his defense will respond. He said with Paolo, he can deploy in any area of the floor and be effective. Personally, I think he's the most dangerous at the elbows, but he can go to work anywhere. You have to know where he is at all times. Guys, back over to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report.
Great focus from Wagner. Didn't let the bump throw him off at all.
Well, at 6'10", GA, Franz Wagner provides great versatility to this offense.
Yeah, and he's a solid decision maker, capable of running the show. He's a gifted scorer and playmaker. Plus, he provides matchup problems with that size.
Orlando with the ball after the Sixers pick up 2. Here's Banchero. Walker with the rebound. The 76ers have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Buries the long-range jumper.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Now, here's Banchero. Pass to Wagner. Payne for 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, when a 3 goes in on the other end, Bane really wants to answer with his own triple.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
This team is rolling right now. Still haven't missed a shot.
Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Well, look, you can't sleep on Suggs' athleticism because the second you do, he explodes to the rim.
Personal foul. First team foul. In for the Magic, Jonathan Isaac. Da Silva.
Here's Maxey. He has 6. Here's McCain. And yes, it's good.
This is the kind of selfless leader Maxey is. He knows how important it is to share the ball.
The 76ers shooting their first free throw tonight. Quentin Grimes is checked in for Paul George. Tyus Jones, he's checked in for the Magic. Black comes in for Jalen Suggs.
Find the lane. One shot.
And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
Now here's Jones. And another 3 for Orlando.
And Black wants to keep getting better as a shooter. draining shots like this will certainly help his confidence.
And it's Anthony Black with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the 76ers. Oubre's checked in for Jabari Walker. Edwards comes in for Jared McCain. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Maxey. Then for the Magic, Robinson's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Howard in for Wendell Carter. Now here's Oubre. He had 15 points last outing. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Pass to De Silva. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
And there it is for him.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Jones for three. Oubre pulls it in. The 76ers leading by 4. Picked him clean. Here's De Silva. While recovering, launches a three. A nice shot by Black. Black's got 6 points.
Well, that's always a great sign for Black, who's working on becoming more efficient from out there.
Embiid inside the line. And he hits the jump shot.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Black in the post. He's guarded by Grimes. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Take a look now at some numbers for Jones, how he performed last season. Last season put up about 10 points a game, 5 assists and 2 rebounds. Just a fantastic scorer off the bench. Always a factor in every game he plays.
Yeah, look, you need that kind of punch off the bench. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. And Maxey subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And a change for the Magic. Suggs is checked in. And Orlando making a change here. Baines checked in.
Team foul. Orlando substitution. Number 3, Desmond Bane.
To the inside. Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Well, that's about as high percentage of look as Drummond's going to get. Nice job inside.
Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Maxey finds Edwards. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Magic trail by 3. Outside, Jones. And Howard has it in the corner. Outside, Bane. Pass to Jones. Outside, Bane. With 1 on the clock. And that one released in time, but no good. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. 76ers on top, leading by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
And so Suggs with it. He brings it up for Orlando. They trail by 3. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Really consistent with their aggression. In that game, we saw very few lulls from an intensity standpoint.
Yeah, it was an all-around excellent performance, and one I'm sure they'd like to replicate tonight.
Quentin Grimes out there with Maxey. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Edwards in at the 3. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter.
Well, Suggs is an elite on-ball defender. We don't see a lot of blocks by a guard.
Banchero kicks to Suggs. That's good, and it's Banchero with the assist.
For 3.
Suggs has got the lead up to 3 now for the Magic. Maxey passes to Drummond. We're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. 5 to shoot. Grimes finds Drummond. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
And look at Drummond, capable of rising up and dropping an absolute hammer.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. Orlando's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thank you, guys. Tyrese Maxey trying to do it all for his team. He said, I think the biggest part is leadership. I need to lead by example and lead with my voice. I have to play well, and if I do that, I can demand respect with my play. But I really want to set a good example just by how hard I work. Back over to you.
Great mentality. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. And that one's good, Suggs.
And when you look at Suggs' numbers, here's a guy who has really improved his shooting.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Making some changes. Isaac's checked in for Desmond Bane. And it's Franz Wagner in for Suggs. Pass to Grimes. Here's Maxey. Over Jones. And that one's good. Maxey's got 10.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Now here's Jones. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
He's already got 9 points from three-point range. They need to pay attention to him wherever he is.
Now, here's Wagner. He had 10 points in the win against Chicago. Pass to Jones from deep. Good on the triple. Jones has got 5 points now this quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Inside. Walker's shot is off. The Magic have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. An outstanding defensive big man, Wendell Carter, stands 6'10", and Stan, he has a 7'4" arm span.
Yeah, Kevin, I think his length really bothers people and is deceiving. When you're first looking at him, he looks like almost an undersized center. But in fact, with that wingspan, he's not. And he is so disciplined and fundamentally sound as a defender. He's one of the best in the league.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Jalen Suggs comes in for Wagner. And it's Anthony Black in for Tyus Jones. Magic on defense. It's a three-point game. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. This is where Embiid wants the ball.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's his territory.
Now Black. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago. Philadelphia's gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. And here's what the schedule for Orlando looks like. On Wednesday, they'll go up against Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Thursday, they'll be facing LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets.
And guys, one thing about road trips like this one, they'll be seeing this as a chance for the team to come together. It might be a bit of a silver lining for a trip that doesn't always provide a lot of success.
Well, Carter Jr. is selective from deep, but he has a good sense for when he should fire from there.
George passes to Embiid.
Magic foul. Robinson. First personal foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
2 shots.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
That free throw, no good. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, Joel Embiid rarely wanted to share all of his cards, but coming off of what he called the most important offseason of his life, he said he cares about how he'll be remembered in the game of basketball, and he understands what remains to be done.
Chasing that ring. And Shams, we appreciate the report.
How about the concentration on that? Isaac able to absorb the contact and still finish with a difficult shot.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
The 76ers trail by 7. Now, here is George. He's coming off a 31-point game against Charlotte. 26 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Carter. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
Oh, nice read from the veteran swingman. George showing how selfless he can be.
To Black. Suggs kicks to Black. Carter with the three, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Magic lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Thanks for being here. Let's kick things off with a check on the NBA Players of the Week. The winner in the East, LaMelo Ball.
Well, LaMelo's been incredible. I'll tell you, he has been an elite scorer and passer who can single-handedly dictate the pace of the game, Shaq.
And when it comes to this award, it doesn't hurt that he got that razzle-dazzle to his game.
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Magic.
You'll see teams attempt to space the floor, but these guys really do it. They've got great shooters who take great shots.
And a few times, even when they didn't have a good look, they made it look good.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And so in the game for the Magic, the guard pair form will be Suggs and Bane. Howard is out there with Robinson, and it's Isaac in at the 5 down low.
Yeah, finessing his way around down low. Suggs found an opening for the score.
From deep, Maxey. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Well, he's firing away with confidence from downtown. The defense better adjust to this and fast.
Howard can't hit. The 76ers trail by 4. A 3-ball. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Maxey. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that really made their opposing teams earn their points a season ago. Number 1, the Magic.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
Anthony Black's checked in for Suggs. Orlando leading by 4. Black the pass to Bane. Outside Howard. Rebound by the 76ers. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. McCain with the ball. He has 6. It's good from long range.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Nailed from three-point land. Robinson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That's his first foul. And Orlando making a change here. De Silva's checked in.
Magic substitution. Number 23, Tristan De Silva.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And here's Maxey. 16 points for him.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Out to the right wing. Outside Howard. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Yeah, I like the timeout here. The coaching staff needs to get these guys regrouped and refocused.
Stats for Tyrese Maxey. He's coming off an excellent season, putting in about 26 points per, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And no secret, he can score the ball. #1 on the team last year.
Yeah, they rely on him to be a play creator and terminator. So challenging to plan a defense for him.
The 76ers with another miss. Orlando leading by 7. He gets it in there. Howard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
And the shot goes down.
Offensively, Maxey can be such a problem. He attacks you with that relentless energy.
Puts it up from 17. Walker with the rebound.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Down low, here's Black. No good with the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And for over a decade in the NBA, Greg, Paul George was as scary a wing as you'd find.
Man, a two-way terror with elite size and athleticism. The Sixers paid him hoping for more of the same. But can he hold off Father Time?
T-shirt. Our Sixers DNT looking for the loudest fans to let us hear you. Your Compton T-shirt on your feet. Let us know you want one, everybody.
And the 76ers making a change here. Grimes is checked in. Magic leading by 5. Here's Black. And the layup's good off the glass. Black's got 8 points.
Well, yeah, you can tell Black is very comfortable finishing right under the rim. Has such good hops.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
To the middle. Here's Bane. Banked in off the glass. He's got 8.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Pass to McCain. It's Grimes on the wing. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
There's the lob to Banchero. Stolen by Walker. Now the 76ers on the break. There's Embiid with the dunk.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Bane for three. It's the three-point bomb. Bane's got 5 points now this quarter.
Smooth and fast release from Bane that time.
Maxey kicks to Walker. Back to Maxey. Here's Grimes. Bangs home the trifecta.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Black. 8 points for him. And it's in there. And the Magic lead by 3.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfectly.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Kelly Oubre's checked in for Philadelphia. Edwards comes in for Jared McCain. Jones checked in for the Magic. And it's tied up with that one.
Better than most centers from the line. Indeed, exceptional with his hand.
Here's Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. The open shot. Maxey. Here's Embiid. Great work on the glass by Embiid.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Banchero outside. Drops in the tray. Banchero's got 6.
And Banchero has shown that he's willing to let it fly from outside if he likes the look.
Second personal foul.
He's made 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight.
At the line for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid. Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Embiid drops them both.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
Pass to Black. Banchero, right side. Jones for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. It's the Magic. They lead by 1. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey out there with Quentin Grimes. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Edwards in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. The Magic trailing. Right side Jones. Pass to De Silva. Lets it go from the wing. It goes straight through with the swish. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Now here's Edwards. The three-pointer, no good.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Here's Black. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
3 points.
And now a 4-point Magic lead.
And Black remains on an absolute tear right now. The defense seems helpless. He's pouring it on.
Here's Jones, and he banks in the layup. Jones has got 4 this quarter. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Magic?
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. And a switcher also for Orlando. Isaac's checked in for Carter. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. He said to his players, I believe in you. I know what we have. It was less about X's and O's and more about the team's identity. Guys, they play for one another.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you.
First team foul.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Magic leading by 6. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
De Silva, and again, it's the Magic from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Grimes passes to Maxey. They need this. Good on the three-point shot. Maxey's got 21 in the game.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
Outside, Jones. Back to Black. Pass to Banchero. And the Magic, another 3.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
The 76ers trail by 9. Here's Maxey. Now Grimes. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Black with it. Now defended by Embiid. A nice shot by Black. Black's got the lead up to 11 now for the Magic.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Walker's checked in for Kelly Oubre. Paul George comes in for Edwards. And Jared McCain subbed in for Quentin Grimes. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. In the corner, George with it. And there's the 3.
And this is the way to stretch the floor. PG-13 with a good look from the corner. And he nails it.
Banchero fires. And they come back with a 3 of their own.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Knocks down the 3.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And it misses.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately.
Let me hear you. Big noise. Let me hear you. Big noise.
And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Robinson outside. Banchero. He drills the three.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
Embiid against Suggs. Suggs with the steal. Robinson. And down it goes. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. They trail by 11. Now Maxey. Drained from outside.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
And when you have shooters feeling it from distance, it feels like no lead is safe because points can get put up in hurt.
The 76ers running out of time. Embiid with the screen on Suggs. It's good!
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Now, here's Maxey. Embiid showing the moves down low.
domination, plain and simple. Embiid isn't holding back and is giving the defense all he's got.
Suggs. And yeah, it's good.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
3, good.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
Orlando making some changes. Carter, he's checked in for Robinson. Franz Wagner comes in for Howard. And it's Bane in for Tyus Jones. Now, here's Wagner. And down goes the three.
Well, that's a confident stroke by Wagner. His coaches love when he shoots it with conviction.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest. This game's over.
Seven-second difference, shot and game clock. Good on the basket. And so Wagner will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. They've led by as many as 11 points. Good!
Well, you have to deny the entry to Wagner. He's just automatic around the rim.
Maxey! Bane fires. It drops. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jalen Suggs.